Hi, favorite teacher. I'm Tori from Next Day Teaching, where I give you classroom management tips and strategies that you can use tomorrow. Today's strategy is for middle school teachers, especially if you are a middle school teacher at the beginning of the year, or if you are an elective, specials, exploratory teacher, whatever your school calls it, basically where you teach a class where you're trading out groups of students every quarter, every trimester, every semester. This strategy comes from my own experience because one of my biggest worries was always that I was going to mispronounce a student's name. That would be embarrassing for them, that would be embarrassing for me. Bad news all around. Also, some names can be pronounced multiple ways, like Angel versus Angel. And I mean, that's a cultural respect situation, right? I want to make sure that I am pronouncing the name in a way that is showing respect to the student, to their culture, to their identity. So this was a really big worry for me. And I'll tell you a story at the end of the video about where this actually came from. But I found the best strategy that works for me, and it's worked for years. You will need sticky notes. Ideally, a different color for each class period. You can make it work if you just have all one color. It's just not as colorful. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a sticky note, color, and you are going to write the class period just so there's no questions and the student's name. You're going to do this for all of your students. So let's say you've got period 1 and you have a student named, I don't know, I'm making this up, Jesus. Okay? Oh, that's a glare. It's there, I promise. And then you're going to do that for your next student and your next student and your next student. And then you take all of these individual sticky notes and you put them on the desks. All right? You're going to have that with multiple colors. Okay? It's going to look something like this. Then you make sure that matches your seating chart. All right, I'm old school. I like a paper seating chart. You make sure that you have your students' names on your paper seating chart matching what it actually looks like in the classroom. Okay, that is all done before the students walk in the door. Pro tip, if you're not sure if your room is done being cleaned, save the sticky notes until the very end, because sometimes desks get taken away and the last thing you want to do is figure out, oh, who did I forget, which desk got taken away, which students do I still need to add back in on the seating chart. Okay, so save this until the very last moment. When students walk in to your classroom for the first time, you're going to greet them at the door just like normal. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to class. I'm so glad you're here. You're going to find your name on a green Post-it note. Look for a green Post-it note with your name. That's the desk you're going to sit in. Hey, welcome. So glad you're here. Find your name on a green Post-it. All right, you're going to keep doing that until all the students are in your classroom. They're sitting down at the desk that's probably theirs. Side benefit, this also makes taking attendance really quick and easy on day one, because you don't have to go through your roster. Stewart, are you here? Jimothy, are you here? Alexandra, are you here? You can just look around, and because your seating chart matches the Post-its, you know which desks are empty, you know who that student is, you can easily mark them absent. Love it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to give the class some sort of independent task. Maybe it's a welcome page, a get to know you survey, a conversational prompt, something that they can do on their own that doesn't involve you teaching anything or them needing any sort of background knowledge. I mean, it's day one, people. Let's give them something that they can actually accomplish on their own. While they do that, because you're the fabulous teacher that you are, you're going to walk around holding your seating chart, check in with them. Hey, how's it going, guys? You doing okay? Yeah, awesome. I'm so glad. Oh, yeah, that one for number 3, you're going to want to make sure that you put capital letter at the beginning, all right? That's one of the things that we're really going to focus on this year. Awesome. Okay, now as you're working, I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing your name right. If I ever have to, call on you in class because you know the answer because you guys are so super smart. So when I point to your desk, will you just tell me how you pronounce your name? Okay, yeah, I got that. Okay, your name is Angeline, but you go by Angie. Got it. Okay. Is your name? Do you say it Angel or Angel? It doesn't matter. Okay. Well, what do your friends call you? Well, they call you both. Okay. What about at home? What does your family call you? Angel. Got it. I can do Angel. Oh, you want Angel this year? Not a problem. I can do Angel. Not a problem. I'm making that note right now. All right. Fabulous. Okay. Yep. I see your name is Erica. Am I saying that right? Erica. Got it. Wonderful to meet you. I'm so glad you're in my class. All right. You guys keep working. I'll be back to check on you later. So let me tell you where this strategy originated. Back in the early days of my career, I taught a student whose name was spelled S-A-U-L. Now, I was teaching at a religious school at the time, and I made the assumption that was a biblical name. It was probably pronounced Saul. And that's how I pronounced it the whole year. Until December, when I realized that his friends were saying Saul. And I called him over and I said, young man, is your name pronounced Saul or Saul? And he said Saul. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. I am so sorry. I felt so bad. He was a good sport about it, but I could tell it made him kind of uncomfortable. He just wasn't confident enough to speak up and correct me, his teacher. So that experience really stayed with me, and I'm not confident enough. I've heard other strategies of, deliberately mispronounce students' names on purpose so no one feels bad and you don't get embarrassed if you pronounce something wrong on accident. I'm not confident enough in doing that, and I don't want to embarrass anyone else. So this way, I avoid saying anyone's name, even if I think I know how it's pronounced, because I could make that mistake of Saul versus Saul. So this way, I have them tell me in their words, in their language, in their accent, how their name is pronounced. And so far, I have yet to mispronounce a name using that strategy. So if you like this strategy, and if you like that story, consider subscribing to our weekly newsletter, The Reset Button. You're going to get strategies and stories like that, easy wins, every Sunday evening. I'll leave the link in the description. I hope you have calm transitions and quiet hallways all week long.